This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, Bruchim Haba, welcome everyone. This is our welcome everyone. This is our final shir on the Iggeres HaMussar of Rabbi Yisrael Salanter. And yesterday, Rabbi Yisrael introduced to us his brilliant technique, his brilliant scheme, being that most people do not recognize their own need to learn Mussar because we look at ourselves and we see ourselves, we consider ourselves beyond reproach, and we look at ourselves as obviously not perfect, but pretty close to it. Nothing that anybody else could point out that's wrong with us. And therefore, it's hard for a person to convince themselves of the necessity to learn Mussar, but everyone is very convinced of the need for their friend to learn Mussar. In other words, Avada, I think Ruvain, Shimon, Levi, Yehuda, Yisachar, Zvulun, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, Asher, Yosef, Binyamin, they all need to learn Mussar. In fact, everyone in my shul needs to learn Mussar. In fact, almost anyone I ever met needs to learn Mussar besides for me. So therefore, Rabbi Yisrael says a great plan would be to inspire others to learn Mussar. The way to inspire others to learn Mussar is by learning Mussar yourself. And this way, you'll be mezakeh the rabbim. And that will be both a physical remedy and a spiritual remedy. Physical remedy, by you learning Mussar, slowly, it will guide you in the path of righteousness. And a spiritual remedy, because Chazal say, Kol mezakeh es harabim, ein chet ba'al yada. Anyone who brings merit to the rabbim, sin will not come to him. And therefore Rabbi Yisrael concludes, Uma ma'oid tigdal mitzvah halazu b'einei adam. How great this mitzvah should be in the eyes of man. Losum libay v'nafshay, to put to his heart and to his soul. Lahadrich b'nei adam, to guide man limud HaMussar, in the learning of Mussar. Lahatzel nafsha mishal tachtis. How important Mussar should be in the eyes of man, to guide people in its learning, to save their soul from the abyss. Chemaimer Chazal, Kol hamerachim ala brios merachimim ala min hashamayim. Anyone who has mercy on people, they will have mercy on him from Shamayim. And the greatest possible mercy you could have on another Jew is not to teach them Torah, is to inspire them to learn Mussar. Ein lecha rachmanos gedoyla milahazker ula'oirer levav b'nei adam l'limud hayira. There is no greater rachmanos than to mention and to inspire the hearts of man to the learning of fear. Ki az be'eineihem yiru, because then they will see with their eyes, va'azneim yishmo, they will hear with their ears, ulavavam yavinu, they will understand in their heart, goydel hamachshela asher lefneim, the great stumbling blocks that lay in their way. Otherwise, if a person is involved in all kinds of good things, including learning Torah, they will not be apprised of where they're holding in their avodas Hashem. V'yinachemu al achrisam. They will then regret the repercussions of their actions. Lashuv el Hashem yisbarach, to return to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Liyoy sur meirav asei tov, v'asei b'tov, to turn away from evil, to perform good. Ima'ad v'im harbe, whether a little bit or a lot. Ha'adam ha'ma'oyer lazeh, he who arouses others to learn Mussar, yeh loy chelek nachayin b'chol asher yivalid mazel, will have a definitive share in all of the offshoots of these actions. In other words, here we sort of have a source for the very first time. How do I know that if I inspire somebody to do a mitzvah, I get a chelek of that mitzvah? What's the source that if I am the cause of somebody else doing something proper, that I have a chelik in that? It comes from the letter of Rabbi Yisrael Salanter. Whatever the person who's ma'orer others to these good activities, they will have a chelik in it, l'hisadein, to delight be'edeh nitzchi, an eternal enjoyment, asher ayin lo yira, so that no eye could evaluate such a thing. If you look in the Even Shlema of the Gra, Parak Vav Zayin, says of Goldberg, the Gra says that one should always rebuke his friend if he sees them doing something improper, because if their friend improves, then all the mitzvahs that they do, you take some of the schar as if you did it yourself, and in the footnotes of the Gra, they bring these words of Rabbi Yisrael Salanter. Nila seichel enushi, it will weary out the minds of man. Lahakiv, to encompass, ulahakir, and to recognize, heite, very well. Kamos ve'echos mitzvos harabim. The quantity and quality of the mitzvos performed by the rabbim, asher tzuya la'adam, that will be hinged on a person, midavar hanekala hazeh, on this small thing, that if one tells their family, let's all make up that this coming Elul, let's all learn Mesilas Yesharim, Sharei Tshuva, Chavis Havavos, or somebody makes a seder in their shul. I'm sure every shul or most shuls have Daf Yomi. They learn halacha. They have many limudim. But the most important limud is lacking in most mekaimos, and that is the limud of Mussar. So if you are the individual that institutes a seder of Mussar in your makam Torah, then that is the greatest zechus that a Jew could have. Ha'amal, and it will be hinged on this small thing. Ha'amal ma'at, it only requires a little bit of toil, v'haschar harbe, and the reward is great. Be'ein erach v'shir, cannot be estimated or evaluated. L'zois, therefore, yasim ha'adam einai, person should put their eye, v'kayach sichlai, and the strength of their intellect, lahadavar hagadol hazet, to this great matter, im bal nefeshu, if you are a master of your soul. So if you want to know, what is the greatest zechus that a Jew can garner? To inspire another Jew to learn Mussar. That is the greatest mitzvah that is available to us in this world. So, we're holding almost an Elul. If you want to know, what could I do before the Yom Hadin? That is the greatest possible merit available in the Olam Ha'asiyah. It's to inspire another Jew to learn Mussar. Okay, we'll try to review this. We have to see how. Stay tuned for further scheduling. And wishing everybody a great day. And to be continued, we'll see what the next limud will be. Be'ezus Hashem. Kol tov, everyone. Yeah, you want to say something, Mr. Kosovsky?
No, just such Karach. Thanks.
Oh, Baruch Tiyah, thank you. Kol tov, everyone.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.